All right, so last week I spoke about, I dropped a chart, a flow chart on the group chat for everyone, uh, showing the factors we look at before selecting our point of interest while trading, right? So now, there are about 7, and most people doesn't even understand them. So I want to explain it on this live stream, and I hope you all enjoy it. Now, what is POI? POI simply means point of interest. That means that is where you are interested in trading. You understand? You understand? You can just not uh, come open your charts and just start clicking on buy and sell. No, you can't be doing that. Understand? You must have a point in the market where you are interested in trading. You understand? So that point is what we call POI, point of interest. Now there are a lot of factors to consider. There are so much factors to consider before selecting this POI, depending on your what, on your trading strategy. Different people, different traders has different uh, factors for entry their trades. But the ones we use is the is shown in this flow chart. Let me share the flow chart. Just a moment, please. I want to share the flow chart. This is the flow chart here. So you can see this is the flow chart here. This is just like the guide I will be using. I believe everybody can see this screen now. Now, is the POI visible on 15-minute time frame? At least you should be able to, any POI you are seeing on a time frame less than 15 minutes, you don't want to use it. You are seeing a POI on 5 minutes time frame, you are not interested in it. You are seeing a POI 1 minute time frame, you are not interested in it. You understand? So that's what this means. Is it visible on at least 15 minutes time frame? Now, if this is yes, then you proceed to the next question. If it is no, then that POI is invalid. You ignore it. All right? Now, the next question says, is the point of interest an engulfed sell to buy candle or buy to sell candle with imbalance? That is what this STB means. STB means sell to buy candle, and BTS means buy to sell candle with imbalance. If this is correct, I will show you how to spot this. I will explain further. I just want to give an overall explanation of this first. Then I'll start explaining it unit after unit. All right, if this is low, then you have to refine to a valid time frame. For example, if you are looking at the POI from a 4 hours time frame, let's say you are looking at the POI from a 4 hours time frame, and you are not seeing any engulfed STB or BTS, then you can now refine to another time frame. Look at it through another time frame. If you're on 4 hours time frame, check 1 hour, check 2 hours, check 3 hours, check 30 minutes, check 15 minutes. So until you see a place where the POI is an engulfed STB BTS with imbalance. I hope this is clear, right? Now, if you can't find anyone at all, then it is invalid. Now, does the POI break structure? BOS, you all know what BOS is. Now, if it breaks structure, then you go to the next question. If it doesn't break structure, it's invalid. As simple as that. Now, does the POI have interaction? I'll explain this while I start explaining it unit after unit. You understand? Now, if it does not have an interaction, but it gives an extreme, like it breaks the POI breaks something, like the impulse is huge, that it breaks something, then you can still use it. Don't worry, I will explain everything unit by unit. Now, if both of these did never happen, then the POI is invalid. Now, is the POI area a liquidity grab? If it's a liquidity grab, fine, then you can go ahead. But if it's not a liquidity graph, then it's invalid. Now, does the POI have inducements? If it has inducement, I will explain what inducement is. Just hold on. So if it doesn't have an inducement, then it's not valid. Well, this sometimes you may not have an inducement and the POI will still be valid, will still hold. That's just the word. Now, the truth is that it's not every time that you will see all these factors, but at least you want to see some key ones. I will show you the ones that are key ones that are very, very, very essential. You understand? Then the next one is the POI in premium or demand, premium of discount of something relevant. I will explain what premium and discount is. You understand? I will explain it. Now, if no, then it's invalid. If yes, then it's valid. If all these are yes, then this POI is very valid. Then sometimes some of them may not be there, like this last one, and it's still valid, but not as strong. Then this inducements, you may not have inducements, it's just an extra confluence, and the POI will still be valid. But there are some that are extremely important, like this one, this encovering, this visibility on 15 minutes minimum, very, very important. Break of structure, very, very important. Then I think, does the POI have interaction? This is also important because you cannot trade from nowhere. Everything on the chart happens because of what happened before. Like they react to previous price action. You understand? So that is that. Now let's get into the charts and see it one after the other. This live stream should not be more than 80 minutes or at most 40 minutes. So let's go. Let's go. One thing I don't like about Zoom is that you have to be on sharing and sharing from one tab to another, unlike YouTube. I believe everyone can see my chat now, right? Yes, everyone can. Because I'm also testing the output itself, so everybody can see it. All right, let's proceed. Okay, yes, I have the chat I prepared here. Yes. Now, these are the questions. Is the POI visible on 15 minutes minimum? This one does not need any question. It does not need any explanation rather, because it's just straightforward. If I'm looking at this place now, let's say I'm looking at this this place here as my POI, right? Now I should ensure that this is a time frame more than 15 minutes time frame. So this is 4 hours time frame. So I've already passed the first question. Now, if I'm seeing the same setup, for example, now, let's say I'm seeing the same setup on 5 minutes time frame, I'm not going to take it because it has violated the first rule. Let's say this place looks to me like a valid POI. Let's see this area now. This area here looks to me like a valid POI. You understand? I will not take it as a valid POI because it has violated the first law, the first rule, which says that minimum 15 minutes. This is 5 minutes time frame. This is clear, right? All right. Now the next one is the POI an engulfed BTS slash STB slash BTS with imbalance. Now let me quickly explain what BTS STB is. Now let's say we have a sell candle like this. Let me make it red color. Let me make it the red color. So this is sell candle, for example. Now, the next candle now is a buy candle. Let's say it's a green candle. All right. Okay, now this is a sell to buy candle. It's going to be something like this. It's going to be something. All right, this is sell to buy candle. As you can see it, this is going to be probably that the trend was a sell trend. Price was trending to the down like this. Then finally, you saw this last red that happened before a huge, massive green. You understand? Now, this is an engulfing pattern that I taught you in the beginning of the course, right? Now, this is an engulfing pattern, and a bullish engulfing pattern, right? That's what this is. Now, this is what we call sell to buy. You understand? Sell to buy. Now, on the other hand, if it's like this, if it's like this, or let me just do it again so that both of them will still be there. Okay. Now, this is the bigger one. All right, and this is going to be smaller. Right, now this is a buy to sell candle. This is a bearish engulfing. You understand? Now, this last green candle is now the POI, provided that on this first row low, I'm not talking about the entire row now. Now, this green candle, which is the buy to sell candle, becomes what? Becomes your POI, provided that this red candle fully engulf it. Now, why we if you are saying that it should fully engulf it, it must fully engulf it below. You understand? What I'm saying is that you might have a week here. You might have a week. Let's say this guy have a week here like this, right? Let's say this guy has a week up there, right? And this one does not have enough week. This one just have like a short week, something like this. This is still an engulfing candle because it engulfs it from the top of the body of the candle and fully engulf it to the downside. Now, this is the catch. It must engulf all the wick and the body to the downside like this. This is an engulfing candle now, right? I hope this is clear. Now, this is for a sell scenario. This is going to happen if the price is moving up. Let's say the price is moving up like this. Price is moving up like this. Then the last movement up created this candle before we add this huge move down. Now, this becomes our POI. This candle from the top of it, the height of it to the low of it becomes our POI. So you'll be expecting price to go down like this, break structure, then come back into that POI like this. So here we are ready, we are willing to trade for a sale. You understand? So this is an engulf, this is how do they call it? An engulf STP, sell to buy, sorry, buy to sell candle now. You understand? This is the buy to sell candle and it's engulfed. This buy to sell candle is fully engulfed. If it's like this, let's say it's something like this, Let's see something like this. For example, let's say it's like this. It's okay. We are using sell to buy as an example. We have this. We now have this, right? This is not an engulfing candle because it never engulfed the body to the top. You see, this red never engulfed the body to the top. So this is not an engulfing buy to sell candle. It's not valid. Then if you have it this way, let's say we have it this way, and this is not valid. You understand? It did not fully engulf it. Then it is also possible to have something like this, and it now has a wick downward. This is not valid. But if it's something like this and has a wick upside like this, but this is valid, right? So this whole thing, just invert it for bullish scenario. This is for bearish scenario. Now for bullish scenario, you'll be having this particular one. I hope this is clear. This is for bullish, sell to buy candle, and this is for bearish, buy to sell candle. There is no sound. Is this a general problem? Are you guys hearing me? Somebody's complaining that there's no sound, but I can hear myself. All right, probably is from you, Emmanuel Godwin. Maybe you have not connected your audio. I don't know. It's from you, I guess. All right, let's proceed. All right. So let's proceed. So that's what STB. Now, when we say imbalance, you all know what imbalance is. Imbalance is just engulfing this week, this below week. Let me explain it better. I have to delete all of this. You all know what imbalance is now. But let me still emphasize on it. Now, imbalance happens when the candle close below this place. Yeah, now we see that is imbalance. Now the next candle now will have to come up and fill it before we now see the imbalance has been fully filled. I think that's clear enough. Let me draw it better. Let's see this close like this. So for this time now, the last time we saw activities of buyers is around here. So all this place now is imbalance in the market. So now the next candle, if the next candle form like this, if the next candle should form something like this, then we see the imbalance has been closed. You understand, right? Then here now, the imbalance has been closed. But if it happens, it forms like this. Then there's imbalance because it's not fully covered. This is like this. Understand? So it leaves this imbalance. You understand what I'm trying to say? So what they are just trying to say by that imbalance, it has to cover all the what's it called now? All the week, cover it down to the down is a sell candle. Then if it's a buy, it has to cover it to the upside, you understand, to create imbalance. That's all that means. Now, does the POI break structure? I don't need to waste time on this because everybody knows Emmanuel Godwin, I think the problem is from your end. Somebody should help me type to him since he cannot hear me. Somebody should help me type to him that he should connect his audio. It's not connecting audio. That's the problem he's having. Somebody should just help me type it to him so that I will not waste time typing. All right. So now that's that. Now the next one is does the POI break structure? Now this is very, very important. Very. You all know what break of structure is, right? You all know what break of structure is. So this is a break of structure, right? This is a break of structure. Right now, if the price come back around this place, we'll be looking forward for our POI, or maybe in between here. The POI sometimes can be in the middle. It's not always a reversal. Sometimes it's a continuation. Okay, so that's break of structure, very straightforward. Now, does the POI have interaction? Now, what do we mean by does the POI have interaction? Now, let's say we have the POI here. Now, let's assume this is the price action we are looking at. These are these small parts here. Now, we had a break of structure here. This is a break of structure, right? We have a break of structure at this point. Now, we are looking for our POI. Let's say we have our POI at this area. Let's say we have our POI at this area, right? Now, we want to ensure that this area is reacting to something from here. Probably there is a continuation demand here that the price is reacting to, or maybe probably is reacting to something like this. Let's say it's reacting to something like this. Let's say we have something like this. Understand? Oh, why is my arrow facing down? Just ignore where my arrow is facing. So let's assume that we move like price, move up like this, come down, move up, come down. Then we have our POIA. So you will see that this is a demand zone, a kind of a demand zone. This whole area, like this from here to here, is a demand zone, right? And that's where this particular one is interacting with to create a new demand zone for us that we are now using as our POI. So this place must have interaction with something. It cannot just come from nowhere. If it comes from, if it's not reacting to anything, the price is just straight like this. You understand? It's not reacting to anything at all, then it's not valid. I hope this is clear. It's very straightforward, right? All right. So now, what's the next one? What are the points? Next one says that is the POI a liquidity grab? Now, what does this simply mean? This simply means that if this is the POI here, let's say this is the POI that we are looking at, this buy to sell candle, then the wick here must clear some sort of liquidity. You understand? Maybe there's a candle before it here. Let's say we have a buy candle here, or any kind of candle, right? And the sweep is to this point. Right? This is liquidity sweep. That's sweep all the liquidity above this wick. Then sometimes it may not be like this. Sometimes it can be a kind of double top. That double top is the most reliable one. If you have something like this, you understand? You understand? You have an equal high. Then your POI now sweep all the liquidity. You know, equal high. We expect that there will be stop losses, buy, stop, limit, all those things will be there. So that's what we are targeting. So if your POI sweeps all of this liquidity, that means price will not be having something to attract it upside. So if price should come back up on getting to this area, it will not have strength to move up because it's liquidity that magnet, like liquidity is just like magnets to price. You understand? So that's what we mean by that liquidity sweep. Let me use direct paths. If you have something like this, right? This is an equal low, equal high here. This is an equal high here, and your POI is around this point. You know, it has already swept all the liquidity above this equal high. So by the time price comes into your POI, it will not have that much reasons to keep going up because most people have been liquidated around here. So it's not much people that will be having orders here to make price push forward. So it will likely what reject at that level. This is clear, right? I believe. All right. The next point is that does the POI have inducement? Now, inducement is really is kind of related to the first to the liquidity graph concept. It's almost the same thing, but they are different. Now, for liquidity graph, we are trying to get people out of the market so that price can get to this point and reject. Now, if price is coming back into your POI, you want to see it coming back slowly like this, not coming straight at it, coming slowly. Then on getting to your POI, create a kind of maybe double top. That's equal high. That's something like this for moving into your POI. So let's say your POI is this. We have already spent more than 30 minutes. I need to work on time management because let's say this is your POI. Now you already have liquidity here, the equal high here for inducement. Now the process of clearing this liquidity to tap into your POI for continuation downward is what we call inducement. Now the process of it taking people out here, this one, like an SFP, this is liquidity graph. They are all liquidity graph anyways, but we want to see liquidity graph before the POI formed, right? And liquidity graph into the POI. That's just, let me just put it that way. So you want to see the liquidity here played, right? You want to see that liquidity what played so that price can easily what move down. So that price can comfortably what move down. So that is that about that. Then the last one is you want it to be a premium or discount of something. Now, I don't know if I've ever spoken about this before, but let me just brief about it now. Okay, let's say we have a part like this. This is the part, the price action. Price is moving up and down. Right now, this is uptrend. Right now, the whole demand zone is the beginning of this pullback because that's where people begin to sell. Right, downward here is your demand zone from the beginning of this pullback to the end of it. You understand? Now, if you are to get the premium and discount of this, you are going to use your Fibonacci level. You just draw it from the beginning of that to the end of it. To the end of it. Then you go to settings and put off everything on only 0 level, 1 level, and 0.5. So these are the only 3 things we put on. Now, this point here is the neutral price, like fair price. Now, the top is the premium, the bottom is the discount. That's from 1 to 0.5 is the premium. Sorry, is the discount area. Then from 0.5 sorry, from 0 to 0.5 is discount. From 0.5 to 1 is the premium. So you want to see the POI form in premium or discount or something. That's what they're trying to explain. So that's that. So I will still explain this chart. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to cover this next. Sorry, the example on chart with 6 minutes. We have just 6 minutes left on this section. I will just end the class now, so that the next one is going to be examples on the chart, right? I think that's okay. So I will end it now, and you will join again. All right. See you. Okay. Before I end the class, if you have a question on this one that we have done, please, I want to take your questions. If you have a question, I will give like 2 minutes for you guys to type a question. If anybody asks, if you don't, just tell me you don't have, so that I will not waste time. If I get a lot of no question, then I will just end it. Okay, Odron Ayomi is saying that I should explain interaction again. All right, I will do that. Now, this is it. I'll just use parts because drawing candle is stressful for me. So let's say price is moving up, moving down, moving up. This is simply an uptrend, right? Now, let's say you want to trade from this area. Let me just end this here. You want to trade from this area. This is where you see your POI formed. Now you want to ensure that this POI is an interaction of something. Probably it's interacting to this high, this place here, right? Probably it's interacting to this place. Interacting means like how do I put it? Like reacting to this place, or maybe it's reacting to some weekly level, monthly level, or maybe the price did something like this at this point. Let me draw it out. Maybe why moving up like this? It was, in the course of it moving up to be going this way, cannot go straight. All right. Something like this. That's how it will go up. That's how the protein will be. Now let's say now there's another demand zone of this substructure. Or is this minor structure? I don't know, Sha. This I don't have those things in my head. I only understand them when I see them on the chart. Right. So this now is reacting to something here. Understand? Let's say there's a demand zone here also. Considering this, let me change the color of this. Considering this minor structure, yes, it's minor structure. This substructure, minor structure, substructure, minor structure. So it's reacting to this minor structure. Maybe inside this minor structure, we have a demand zone here. Right, so it's inside this demand zone that we now have our sell to buy candle. You understand? That means that sell to buy candle is interacting with this demand zone of this minus structure that we have here. Now, if this is 15 minutes time frame, let's say this is 4 hours time frame, and price is moving up, there will still be some structure here. You cannot move straight most of the time. It will be going up, down, up, down, up, down. That's how I move. So maybe there's a reaction here, or maybe it's just reacting to this high here, like this point, because this is a kind of resistance that was broken. You get now, maybe retesting that resistance. It's also a reaction. I think I answered that question. What's the meaning of POI? You have to watch. You will watch this session. I already explained what POI is in the beginning. You came late. Sorry. POI means point of interest. That's the full meaning of it. But for you to get the I already explained this. This question: what's the ideal time frame to apply this strategy, especially finding POS and POI. I already explained it on the point on the flow chart. If you look at the flow chart says that you should not use something that's lower than M15. That's what the flow chart says. So that answers your question. So if you are using M15 for your POI, then probably you'll be using 5 minutes time frame or 1 minute time frame for your entry. It depends on when you find the best setups. I hope this is clear, right? Any other question? All right, I believe there's no any other question. So I'll end it here, and on the next, we'll start the session again. So there I will explain using the charts, like I'll give examples, showing you scenarios for better understanding. All right, I'll drop the new link on the group chat.